Ladies and gentlemen, when I first discovered I was insulin resistant, it felt like my body had betrayed me. I was eating less but gaining more. I was exercising, yet my energy was fading. Every morning I would wake up tired, bloated, and foggy-headed. My doctor's words echoed in my mind. Your insulin levels are too high. You're insulin resistant. It sounded like a scientific sentence. Something complicated and irreversible, but deep down, I knew my body wasn't broken. It was simply responding to the wrong signals. And that realization became the beginning of a journey that would change everything. You see, insulin resistance doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, quietly. Every time we eat the wrong combination of foods, our cells stop listening to insulin's message. It's like turning down the volume on a song that plays too long. Eventually, we stop hearing it. Insulin's job is to take glucose from your blood and move it into your cells for energy. But when those cells become resistant, the glucose has nowhere to go. It builds up in your blood, and your pancreas keeps pumping out more insulin, trying to force your body to listen. Over time, that excess insulin turns into fat storage, inflammation, and energy crashes. I learned that insulin resistance wasn't just about sugar. It was about cellular confusion. So I began studying what causes that confusion. The first thing I discovered was that timing matters just as much as what you eat. Our bodies were never designed to graze all day. Every time you snack, you trigger an insulin response. And when you eat from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, insulin never gets a break. It's like leaving the lights on in your house 24 hours a day. Eventually, the system burns out. So I made one small but powerful change. I started giving my body time to rest between meals. I didn't jump into extreme fasting. I simply stopped eating after dinner and waited until I was genuinely hungry the next morning. That gentle fasting window allowed my insulin levels to drop and my cells to reset. The second discovery was about the quality of my food. I used to believe healthy eating meant low-fat, low-calorie meals. But then I learned the truth. Your body doesn't just need food for energy. It needs information. Every nutrient you consume sends a message to your cells. Some foods tell your body to store fat, while others tell it to burn fat. Processed carbs, sugary drinks, and refined oils are the biggest culprits that whisper, "Store," to your body every single day. I replace them with foods that whisper "Hill." Leafy greens, colorful vegetables, berries, olive oil, avocados, wild-caught fish, and nuts. These foods not only stabilized my blood sugar, but began reprogramming my metabolism at the cellular level. One of the most surprising lessons was about fat. For years, I avoided fat like the enemy. But the truth is, healthy fats don't make you fat. They make you full. They teach your body to burn fat for fuel instead of sugar. When I added more omega-3s from fish and seeds and monounsaturated fats from olive oil and avocados, I noticed something amazing. My cravings disappeared. My energy became steady, my mood improved, and for the first time, I stopped obsessing over food. I was no longer fighting hunger. My body had finally found balance. Then came the third change, repairing my gut. Most people don't realize that your gut bacteria control how your body processes sugar. When the wrong bacteria take over, your blood sugar spikes higher after meals and insulin resistance worsens. But when you feed the right bacteria, through fiber-rich foods like beans, vegetables, and fermented foods, they create compounds that make your cells more sensitive to insulin. I started adding one serving of fermented food daily, like kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut. Within weeks, I noticed less bloating and more energy. It wasn't a miracle, it was biology working as it was meant to. As I made these changes, something else became clear. Stress was just as damaging as sugar. Every time I felt anxious or overwhelmed, my body released cortisol, the stress hormone, which tells your liver to release glucose into your bloodstream. That glucose triggers more insulin, and the cycle continues. I realized I couldn't heal my metabolism if I didn't calm my mind. So I began practicing mindfulness for just 10 minutes a day. I would take slow, deep breaths and focus on gratitude, not perfection. Over time, I noticed that my body stopped craving sugar after stressful days. my energy became more stable. Science later confirmed what I experienced firsthand: when you manage stress, you lower insulin levels naturally. Another crucial step was sleep. For years, I underestimated its power. But research shows that even one night of poor sleep can make your body temporarily insulin resistant. When you're sleep deprived, your body craves sugar for quick energy, and your hunger hormones spiral out of control. I began prioritizing my sleep like medicine. I turned off screens an hour before bed, dimmed the lights, and made my bedroom cool and dark. Within a week, I woke up feeling more refreshed, and my hunger cues started to normalize. My body no longer demanded food for energy. It had learned to restore itself during the night. As days turned into weeks, I felt something extraordinary. My clothes fit differently, but more importantly, my energy returned. My mind was sharper. The fog had lifted. I realized that healing insulin resistance wasn't about restriction. It was about restoration. My metabolism wasn't broken. It was simply out of rhythm. And by giving it the right foods, timing, and care, I brought it back into harmony. The most fascinating part was what happened inside my body. As my insulin levels dropped, my cells began to respond again. My blood sugar normalized, my inflammation markers decreased, and my doctor was amazed at the transformation. But the truth is, the real victory wasn't just in the numbers. It was in how I felt. I was finally in control of my energy, not ruled by it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're struggling with insulin resistance, remember this: your body is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Every symptom you experience, the fatigue, the weight gain, the sugar cravings, is not punishment, it's communication. Your body is asking for balance, not blame. And the moment you begin to listen, it begins to heal. Start small. Eat real food. Give your body time to rest between meals. Manage your stress. Move daily, and protect your sleep. These aren't trendy hacks. They are the biological switches that reawaken your body's ability to burn fat, balance energy, and heal itself. Science calls it metabolic flexibility. I call it freedom. In the weeks that followed, I felt like I was living in a new body, one that responded with strength, clarity, and confidence. The same body that once stored fat effortlessly was now burning it efficiently. The same body that once craved sugar was now craving vitality. It wasn't magic, it was nature. And the best part is, anyone can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 1 of my journey taught me that healing starts with awareness. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to take the first step. The step that tells your body, I'm ready to listen. Once you do, your body listens back. It begins to repair, to balance, and to thrive. So as you move forward, remember you have the power to reverse insulin resistance, to reset your metabolism, and to reclaim your energy. Your body is waiting for you to send it the right signals. Feed it wisely, treat it kindly, and it will do what it was always designed to do: heal itself. And when that happens, you won't just be free from insulin resistance. You'll be free to live fully, vibrantly, and powerfully again.